All right, this is second grade math lesson 11-4. We're subtracting using mental math. So a lot of the strategies that we've used on the number line by grouping it by hundreds and tens, we're going to kind of use here just to give ourselves some strategies to think in our head. Okay, so Amy and Jorge enter their pumpkins in the giant pumpkin contest. Amy's pumpkin weighs 335 pounds. Jorge's pumpkin weighs 302 pounds. How many more pounds does Amy's pumpkin weigh? Show how you can use mental math to solve. So I'm actually going to do this first. I'm going to write that A for Amy, her pumpkin is 335 pounds. Jorge's pumpkin, I know, is 302 pounds. So I'm going to try and get the numbers in the ones place as close to the same as I can. So if I subtract 3 from Amy's, I get 332. Okay? So now I have a ones place of a 2 and a ones place of a 2. So 332. Okay? So I know right here, this is 302, this is 332. Now I know that 332 minus 302 is going to equal 30. I can think that in my head. 332 minus 302 equals 30. But I also subtracted 3 over here. So anytime I subtract 3, I'm going to need to add 3 over here. So I know it's 33. Okay? So I know that 332 minus 302 equals 30 pounds plus 3 more pounds equals 33 pounds. So 33 more pounds. Mental math is not something that's really easy. It's kind of a great skill to work on. So this whole lesson is going to be trying to get us to think of grouping and trying to get the numbers in the ones place as close together as we can. Okay, now this says use any strategy to find 372 minus 123. On this one, they use the counting back method. Another way is they stacked it and they added it. So we can do it lots of different ways. Let's go ahead and do one more count back, and then this is use any strategy. So you guys are amazing at stacking numbers and regrouping, so we're going to get our brains ready for that. Okay? All right, so how could you count back to find 430 minus 241? Okay, we're counting back. So that means we start at 430 and we need to subtract 241. So I'm going to subtract 200 first. 400 minus 200 is going to be 230. And then I'm trying to get to 41, so I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, and I have to minus 1 more to make this 241. So 230, 220, 210, 200, 200 minus 10 is 190, minus 1 is going to be, let me make sure I did this right, hang on just a second, 220, 210, 200, 190, minus 1 is going to be 189. Okay. All right, so this one's already done for us. It's 349, but it says use any strategy. So I'm going to stack these. I'm going to take the 136 and put it here. 5 minus 6 will not work, so we are going to have to regroup. That's going to become 15. That 8 is going to become a 7 because we took one group of 10s and added it over here. 5 minus 6 is 9, and 7 minus 3 is 4, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So that checks. All right, let's do a count back strategy. Again, you guys can stack them and do it however you want to. I'm going to do a count back strategy on this one. So I'm going to start at 457. I'm going to count back 261. 100, 200, minus 100, minus 100. Okay, let's start with that first. That's going to become 357. This is going to become 257. Now we have to do 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So let's see, this is going to become 247, 237, 227, 217, 207, 197 minus 1 is 196. So 196. So that's our counting back strategy if you choose to use that one. Okay, let's do our add up. On our adding up, we start at 134. We're going to add up 3 to our goal of 342. So I can add 100 here, and I would get 234. I can also add another 100, and I can get 334. I'm trying to get to 42. Let's see. I can't even add a 10 because 334 plus 10 is going to be 344. That's over our goal. So what I'm actually going to do is going to do a plus 6 to get us to 340. And our goal is 342. So I'm going to add 2 more to get us 342. So let's see. That's 100, 200, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So 208. Okay. On this one, I'm just going to stack it. Minus 115. 1 minus 5 is not going to work. That's going to become 11. That's going to become 1. 11 minus 5 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. So our answer here is 206. Okay, our next page is independent practice. So pause the video now. Go ahead and do your independent practice. And then you can come back and check all of your answers with me. Or if you'd like a little extra help, you can do it with me. Okay? So I am actually just going to stack all of these and regroup where needed. So I'm going to make this 319 minus 452 minus 355 minus 525 minus 244 minus 198. So I'm going to get those all ready to go. Okay, our first one here, we're doing 598 minus 319. 8 minus 9 is not going to work, so that's going to become 18. Not one less is going to become 8. 18 minus 9 is 9. 8 minus 1 is 7. 5 minus 3 is 2, so 279. Okay, let's take a look at this one. 4 minus 2 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. So our answer is 342. Okay, let's take a look over here. 1 minus 5, that is not going to work. So we need to take a group of 10 and move it over. 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. 8 minus 3 is 5. So 516 is our difference. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 minus 5 is 1, so we get 124. We did not need to regroup on that one. I am noticing the pattern. Regroup, not regroup. Regroup, not regroup. I'm guessing we're going to have to regroup on this one if it keeps with that pattern. Okay, let's take a look. 13, let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to make this 13. 3 minus 4 is not going to work, so we have to regroup. And that becomes a 5. So 13 minus 4 is 9. 5 minus 4 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. It becomes 219. Okay, let's take a look at our last one here, number 10. All right, we're going to have to regroup. I can tell already. 4 minus 8 will not work. So this is going to become 14 minus 8 is 6. Now this one here is really a 10. Because we borrowed 1 from it, it needs to become a 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 3, we had to borrow from 1 over here. That becomes a 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, so our answer is 106 for that one. Okay, let's take a look at our number sense. Leo says that the difference of 526 minus 217 is greater than 200. Is that reasonable? Well, let's take a look. 526 is close to 525. And 217 is also close to 525. Okay? So it's close to these numbers. So if I was to take 525, I'm sorry, this should be 225, minus 225, I know that that is 300. He's saying it should be greater than 200. Yes, it's reasonable because I'm trying to get the numbers close so that I can add them in my head. All right, let's go and flip it over and go to our last page. Again, it says use any strategy to solve. So however you would like to do it from what we've learned this lesson, you're welcome to do that as well. Okay, Tia collected cans to raise money for school. She collected 569 cans on Monday. Tia collected some more cans. We don't know how many more. I'm going to put a question mark there. On Tuesday. Now she has 789 cans. How many cans did Tia collect on Tuesday? So we really know it's 569 plus something equals 789. I'm just going to stack these. 789 minus 569. And let's see what happens. 9 minus 9 is 0. 8 minus 6 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. So 220 cans. Okay, number 13. Felipe has 453 stamps in his collection. Emily has 762 stamps in her collection. How many more stamps does Emily have? So we're going to subtract these. We're always going to do the bigger number from the smaller number. 762 minus 453. So 2 minus 3 is not going to work. So we know we're going to have to regroup. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. So 309. Okay, higher order thinking. Write a subtraction problem about recycling using 3-digit numbers. You can use pictures, numbers, or words to solve the problem. So let's see. I am going to use numbers. I'm going to say that I recycle a total of 822 cans, and I recycled 426 cans one day. How many did I do the other day? Okay. So 2 minus 6 is not going to work. I'm going to need to regroup. That 2 is going to need to become a 1. So 12 minus 6 is 6. 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is not going to work. So I'm going to need to regroup again. I need to borrow another group of 10. 1 plus 10 is 11. Now 8 now becomes a 7. 11 minus 2 is 9. 7 minus 4 is 3. So I recycled 396 the other day. Okay, here's our assessment. Be sure to pause the video if you haven't done the assessment already. On Saturday, 28 fewer, that means subtraction, boys than girls played soccer in the matches. If 214 girls played and we had 28 fewer, let's take a look. 4 minus 8, that's not going to work. We got to make that 14, and 1 is going to become a 0. Okay, 14 minus 8 is 6. 0 minus 2 doesn't work, so we need to borrow a group of 10 over there. 0 plus 10 is 10. That becomes 1. 1 minus 2 is 8, and 1 minus nothing is 186. So that is our answer right there.